Yo everyone, howdy, welcome to this video. I know that Guild Wars released a new video live stream actually, talking about skiffs and fishing. I had to work, so I wasn't able to watch it live, but here I am watching the video now, and I figured I'd watch it, comment, and just have my general takes on it. So let's watch it. Maybe you haven't seen it yourself, maybe you're just curious, you want to have a discussion about it. Either way, let's find out. I'm gonna start watching it right now. So here we go.
You've mined, harvested, and foraged your way through the deadliest terrain. Now it's time to kick back and relax.
Yeah.
In Guild Wars 2, End of Dragons, you'll learn how to gather a new resource.
Now we've seen this thing already, technically. We've seen this little teaser trailer thing.
Always pack your fishing pole for quiet, contemplative moments.
Do you think you're gonna? Do you think they'll sell fishing pole skins? I wonder?
Keep an eye out for fishing holes to hook more impressive catches. Your real adventures begin out on the water. With your personal
I'm curious to see how
you
it'll
can
go.
venture straight
Well,
to
I guess
the
what
best
this video is
fishing
about
holes.
is to
Or
learn
just hang
and
out
actually
with
find
up
them
to
all.
4 friends. Haul your catch back to shore, and chefs can use it to prepare delicious new seafood dishes.
Ooh.
Whether you're looking for peace and quiet or valuable resources, Tyria's fish will never be safe from you again.
I'm curious to see how the mechanics will be. Maybe I'm assuming this video is gonna explain all that. Still love that logo.
Hi Tyria, and welcome to Guild Chat. I'm your host Ruby. Thank you all for joining us today. I'm super excited about today's show because I know a lot of you have had questions about how skiffs and fishing work.
Nice.
And we are here today to show you answers to hopefully all of those questions, if not most of them. With me in the studio today is Nick Hernandez. Hey,
I love
Nick.
the art. The art in the
Hi,
back
I'm
is
Nick
cool.
Hernandez. Nice to meet you, everybody.
Hello, Nick.
And joining me in game are our senior environment artist Tracy West, game designer John Hardgrove,
In-game
and
stuff.
senior gameplay engineer Paul
Assets.
Quinn. So thank you all three for joining us in game to help us with
Group
skiffs and
event
fishing
hide
today.
and seek.
We're going to jump right
Events.
in after two quick things before we get started. End of Dragons is a work in progress. You know it's not done. We're
Nope.
still working on it. We are playing in a development environment today. So you're going to see things like temporary text and placeholder icons and placeholder NPCs here and there. Just pardon our dust. We're working to make End of Dragons awesome for you.
Yeah.
And
Not
also
done yet.
there are still a lot of things that we don't
sad
want
you
to
have to
spoil for you.
explain that to
So we
people.
are going to be hiding a few things from you here and there.
Also expected.
If it looks like we're hiding something, that's because we are.
I figured.
But we have some more surprises to share with you
we're
down the line.
We're still many months out, so
It's
it
on
makes sense.
purpose. We're crafty like that.
Yeah, actually, something additional that I'd like to note is that in a lot of the promotional material that we've been having recently, you know, a lot of it's been based around Xingjie, and we're actually getting to kind of exist in that space. A little bit of that space, at least, you know, very, very tiny portion. So yeah, you know, it's just really neat to be able to play around in it.
Yeah, I'm excited to do that. Mark, we might be having some audio issues.
From me?
No, just John is letting me know. So I'm going to have,
I didn't even catch.
Mark is looking into that.
Oh, was it
while
lagging? It might have
we
been
get started
lagging.
Fishing. Nick, why don't you
Oh, I like that idle land. I already,
how
okay.
you
One thing I
begin
already gotta
fishing,
say.
how you get your first fishing gear, and
First thing I already write, Ruby, I like that you have an idle animation where you just hold your fishing pole out and it just stays there. So that's cool. I already like that.
all that good stuff.
Yeah, for sure. So basically,
Charter, boat
very
captain,
similar to the way
Finkel.
you get raptors within Path of Fire.
Talia, Copper
within
Claw.
this expansion, we wanted to have fishing be something that you could unlock pretty much right off the bat. So as you progress through the initial parts of the story,
It doesn't look like
within
he's
the
lagging.
first
He seems
chapter,
fine.
at some point, once you've completed specific instances, you're gonna just be able to unlock fishing right off the bat.
Okay.
And it'll
That
allow
doesn't
you
surprise me.
to
Kinda like how the Raptor was.
It'll reward you with your first fishing rod, you know, and a starting like lure as an example, to make sure you can just go out into the world.
Now,
and
is an
set
item,
whatever
like-
you want, just toss it in there and get to
I
fishing.
wonder how it works. It's an equipment, like you
think
equipped
that,
it? Is it on my equipment panel now? Like backpack,
They're of course going
glider,
to be like the base level ones.
fishing,
but
or it'll be
something to
another
note
tab,
is
like
that with
me
fishing rods
mount
specifically,
fishing?
they do not have any durability, which is different to other kind of resource node gathering tools that you would see within the game, like
so
the
they
mining
don't...
picks or the sickle.
Okay.
So with fishing
So
rods
they can't sell
specifically,
infinite-
the fishing rod
I guess it was
will
just
not
the skin.
break. We do have charges for the lures and the
Okay.
bait, but
Which
that's
makes
because
sense.
they have different tiers and things like that, which we'll see a little bit later.
Yeah, that makes... Okay, that's pretty normal.
Yeah.
All right, so why don't we first
At least
let's go
compared
to,
to
the
what
Fishing
I'm used to,
Mastery
which is
line,
like
so you
Final
all can
Fantasy
see what the
and
fishing
World of
masteries
Warcraft.
are, and you'll have a little bit of context for what we talk about as we're fishing. The first
I want it to be
one
more
in the
complicated
Fishing
than WoW
Mastery line
by
that you're
not...
going to unlock
okay, I'll
is
shut.
Fishing Hole Master, and that gives
Reduces time to catch at fishing holes and triples the XP gained from fishing there. Ooh, okay.
you faster catches and triple XP at fishing holes. The
That's
second
gonna
one
encourage
is
you to
Angler
fish, get
Sense,
your experience.
which gives you which unlocks a skill that
Grants a skill that detects nearby fishing hotspots and marks them out. Okay, an ability that puts the
fishing
node
holes. I'm going
on
to
your map.
show you on
Okay.
my map. This detects nearby fishing holes and lights them up on the map so you can find where the fishing holes are. You can see that right down here in front of Nick.
It has a generic
There
symbol
are
right now.
shorefish. 471
It looks like
away.
that symbol looks familiar.
The third one is fishing on a full tank. This gives you plus 50 fishing power if you are nourished. Fishing power is a new stat that is going to come in with this mastery line that grants a
so you
higher
actually have
chance
fishing,
of catching rare fish.
You have an actual fishing
and
stat now.
Makes
Okay.
fishing a
So
little
do you have
easier
fishing
in difficult
gear?
regions. So
I'm assuming
the
fishing
fourth one
gear is a
is
thing now,
Master
right?
Caster. That increases your maximum fishing range.
Okay.
And the final one is Local Legend. Fishmongers and fishing merchants in Cantha will give you exclusive selections. With that said,
access to
let's
fancy
go
stuff at the
fishing.
very end. All right.
Fishing nodes like this one that we are standing in front of now have the best chance of giving good rewards and the highest rarity fish. You can fish anywhere in the game world that there is water, though.
Okay.
Fishing
so you
is
can
not
fish
only in End
anywhere.
of Dragons, it's going to be throughout the game world, and
But
that
the
means
node-
also
okay, so you
in the
don't
water in your
need-
guild halls.
Okay, so that means you don't have to necessarily fish in a node. A node just gives you better... Okay, so it's kind of like WoW and other games where you can fish where there's water. If there's water, you may fish. But if you want the good, you want to go to the nodes. Okay.
Let's get started. Nick, why don't you run us through how to fish?
For sure. So basically, as I mentioned earlier, very similar to
Jade fishing
other areas. You want to make sure that you can equip things like your rod and your lures and your bait.
I love how he has legend.
Right from your
I love how
inventory.
they have legendary, all these legendary weapons. It was interesting to see 3 level ups, salvage kit. Is that infinite repair canisters? Is that the icon for that? What is that? It looks like infinite canister. I forgot what that looks like. I don't know what that is. I don't know what these are. That looks like infinite bank access, infinite hairstyle. These are like the infinite items. What's the purple? I have the normal one of this. What is that? Purple. Oh, okay. There's a lot of, and then these are like legendary, but they're just like default skin, but they're legendary with the
But
purple.
the way that you actually
interesting.
access your rod is a bit different. So,
Oh, look at
we introduced the novelties
okay. All right.
button. I'm like trying to figure out what the right name is for it, but button on the bottom right under the mount selection. But now we have another button under the swap weapon select.
That's gonna be
that is
fishing.
specifically for fishing and summoning your skiff.
Okay, so it's
So
all
what happens
fish
is
stuff
when
on
you
that
click
side.
on the start fishing one, it'll actually give you your fishing rod and give you the ability to utilize skills. In this case right now, we have cast line, and as we mentioned before, we have the angler sense on your fishing rod.
They haven't
Whenever you
updated
choose
it
the
with
cast
art
line,
yet.
it will give you this little bobber that you'll see,
okay.
and it just kind of shows you where you'll be able to put it. As you can see, on terrain, you won't be able to put it, so it turns red, and in the water, it will turn the appropriate color blue. Once you actually put it out there, it will do a quick animation, and what you'll see is that the bob will show up. As you can see mine over here, it's currently sitting there, and whenever it splashes with the water ripples, that's when you know that there is a fish on the line. So I'm going to wait for mine, and then you click on one, and what happens is that when this UI appears,
Okay.
there is a bar that fills up to success.
Do you have to
there is
do you
this,
follow the
yellow thing called the
green?
sweet spot, and then this little green thing we call the fish marker. So what
Okay,
happens is
yeah,
you use your 2 and 3 buttons to
two and
keep the
three.
sweet spot
Oh,
on the
okay.
fish
So it's
marker.
like, all right.
And what happens is as you continue to keep doing that,
okay,
it will build
all right,
up this
all
bottom
right.
bar, which is
I'm
your
digging
success
it.
bar.
It's like a little mini game.
And
Nothing
once
crazy, but
that
you
is
can't
built
just
up
fully
completely,
AFK. You have to at least focus a little bit. So
what
you
you'll
can't.
see
It's
is
not
that you will
easily
get the
botted.
fish,
Yeah.
And you'll have succeeded in fishing.
Huh, that's cool.
And that's pretty
Dude, I'm
much
gonna fish all over the place. I don't have like a super attachment to fishing, but I've always liked.
Just
I
as
don't know.
other,
It's fun. I don't mind
crafting
it.
things, you know, within this game.
You
with
hear
these
all their
fish, you will
keyboards
actually
clicking.
Be able
Detect.
to use them as crafting reagents and things like that.
Double click to
materials.
convert to
So what happens is
materials.
whenever you click on the fish after you've caught it, you will fillet the fish.
Fillet
and
of
you will get
fish.
crafting
Give me
materials
that
that
fillet
you
of
can use
fish.
to
Give
cook.
me that fish.
And also like trade into fish.
That's pretty cool.
NPCs, fishing NPCs and things like that.
I'm sorry, I'm struggling over
No,
here.
you're good. It can be a little tricky sometimes.
Depends if the I want. Is there one where like the
And,
green would be
yeah, that's pretty
very
much,
little
that's
and
pretty
go?
much it, right? You've got your
Then you'd have to be like, oh crap, crap, crap.
fishing mini game, and then you've got
Because
the
that'd be
ability
pretty
to
cool.
actually
I
do
would like
things
that
with the
personally. I
fish
think
once
that'd be
you've
pretty
caught them.
sick.
All right, fish are also part of collections. There are fishing collections all around the world.
assumed.
These are repeatable collections.
Okay,
The first
repeatable.
time you finish one of the fishing collection, it will give you achievement points and another reward that we're not going to tell you about quite yet.
What?
And then subsequent completions will give you more of that reward.
Okay.
You'll find out eventually. It's not just that we're never going to tell you. I do have a
wonder-
couple of fishing
I
collections
wonder-
to share with you as a little
Ooh,
preview
okay.
today. Xingjie Fisher is one of the
Collect 21 different fish from the round Xingjie, okay. The charm of fishing is that it's the pursuit of which is elusive but attainable. A perpetual series of occasions for hope.
one of obviously the first ones
Pretty
that
neat.
we will come to. And I wanted to share Shiver Peaks Fisher is another one that's available.
So it just makes sense. There's fish and that. And look,
I kind of like this one because
you fish in the location.
somebody,
That
John,
makes sense.
got a little punny with it. So you have fish in there like Lornar's bass and Beacon's perch.
That's cool.
Those
I
are,
love that though.
I just
Beacon's
like
perch.
puns. They're
There's
dumb and I
nothing wrong
love
with
them.
They're so
Nothing wrong
good.
with a good
Yeah.
pun.
I love
So,
this. Yeah,
we've
I'm
been
on board
fishing
with
for
that. I love
shore
me some
here,
puns. I have no
and
qualms with any
I
puns.
think I have fished this node out while you were talking, but that is not the only way to do it. You can also fish from your skiff. So let's talk about that. Nick, do you want to walk us through how you get your first skiff?
For sure.
the node's
Contrary to how you get fishing, with the
wait.
skiffs
The
themselves,
node
it's
is,
more
of
like
course,
how
because
you
the node is
would,
bound by person,
get
not by
other mounts within Path
by,
of Fire.
it makes sense.
Like the
It's-
skimmer, the jackal,
she did
and
all the
parts
node.
that you would utilize the jackal or the skimmer in, like rentable versions. And once you've completed it, you would have the ability to unlock the skimmer or the jackal. With this expansion, you do the exact same thing with
okay,
skiffs.
makes sense.
So there is a heart.
But there's just a
specifically
heart
within Xingjie
instead of a heart for
that
each
once
one.
you enter and complete the heart, you will gain access to your own skiff. Then you can utilize across the board.
All right. Yeah. So do a heart.
Something to note though
First
is that
area,
we're
get a
not
skiff.
showing
Boom.
that heart today because of the fact that it does have narrative tie-ins, and we want to make sure that we don't spoil those things for you all.
Which makes sense. I'm also, hey,
Yeah.
All right,
hearts
so
confirmed.
Once you have your skiff, you
Hearts
can summon
confirmed.
it one of two ways. We're going to
Which,
show
I mean,
you.
I'm not surprised
the
if it
first
hearts
one is
confirmed.
from shore,
I'm
this
one
one
of
is
those people.
kind
Whoa.
of fun because
Before I forget, I'm the type of, I like hearts. The repeatable hearts are fine. I think that it gives incentivizes people to go back, and like you only have to do it once if you want the completion, then you never have to do it again. And they've gotten pretty interesting. I mean, some of them are still brain dead, just kill stuff, but like that's fine. I don't know. I don't mind hearts. I think they're fine. They don't need to be in every map, but I don't think it hurts to have them personally. Just don't have a whole bunch of hearts and make them all boring. Have a few hearts that can be done and that are interesting to do and have decent rewards, and then you're good.
you can set the direction of how and where you want
looks
your
so
skiff to be
big.
pointing when you get it in the water. And you can just see
So
as I'm
big.
turning it, you have the directional arrows showing you. So once you have it where you want it,
You drop it on
I
them?
don't want to run over Nick.
It's okay, back.
I'm sorry. Yeah,
That's
it's
all
like,
good.
you also don't want to drop a boat on your friend's head. It's not going to hurt them, but it is kind of rude. So I'm going to try to avoid that. So once you've got that set,
That'd be funny if it kills
drop
them.
it in the water.
Boom, and it just.
And one quick
Was
thing,
that-
this is the Xingjie.
I feel like that was using the guild decorations tech. Was that using the guild decorations tech to like rotate and place it down on the water? I feel like it was using the guild decoration systems already in the game, and you just place it down.
Big dragon boat skiff skin. If you have pre-purchased the deluxe or ultimate editions,
I have. So I have. That's the boat I have.
This is what you're getting. It's a little different than the picture because I played fun with dye. You can also summon it from the water wherever you are, and
I have it. A lot of people do. I might honestly. There's something I like about the little one.
Mine's not as pretty as yours.
I like the little skiff boat. Yeah, it has charm.
I kind of love it.
I'm probably gonna buy a boat. They'll get me with the skins. They always do. Dang it!
The dye that
damn it!
So I like the variety. I'm having fun with my big aqua-colored theme boat.
Aqua boat.
All right, so let's go through the Skiff Masteries real quick. So again, you have context and you know what all you're going to be unlocking and you understand what you're looking at when we go through this. First one that you will unlock for skiffs is Full Throttle.
Full Throttle, learn how to push your skiff to a new top speed. Just go faster.
This gives you the ability to go faster in your skiff.
Go faster.
Next one is Depth Charges, which is
learn a new skill that sinks swimming enemies close to your skiff. Okay, you can just be like, no, go away. That's unique.
The one that I super like. If you are just trying to get somewhere, enemies approach, you can drop a depth charge and sink them to get them out of the way. Speed Boost gives you a short burst of speed.
Okay.
Fishing Party is cool while you're on your skiff.
On your skiff, you and your party receive an amount of fishing power equal to the total number of catches from fishing nodes. Okay. Huh.
You receive
encourage you to fish more.
Equal to the number of catches from fishing nodes.
So they literally flat out encourage you to fish.
And finally, the last one is Reinforced Hull. This gives plus 5,000 HP to your skiff. Somebody has called target on me, and I'm very afraid. So let's all hop into the skiff. I am the captain.
You are the captain.
I ran us aground earlier, so this should be interesting. Let's go over more details and do some fishing. Nick, why don't you walk us through what else is going on here? Everybody is very excied.
I want to see how it actually
behind
feels.
The wheel again.
Yeah, for sure. So basically, what you're seeing right now is that our entire party is on the skiff. With
it looks pretty
skiffs,
cool.
The max amount of individuals that you can actually have on
I like how she actually moves with the rudder.
Your entire party.
I think it's called a rudder.
And that is including the driver.
Yeah, you can see her actually moving around.
What you'll probably notice, though,
that's
from my
pretty cool.
perspective, is that there's this giant rainbow of different icons here.
Yep.
The reason for that is that anybody who is a passenger in the boat actually has the ability to have different emotes that they can use as they're going through.
All right.
And that's just that way, people have the ability to do some fun stuff while they're sitting on the boat, being driven around.
But like everyone has their own boat, it's gonna be so easy.
There's a functional reason for it as well.
I guess for very new players, it's kind of good.
That Ruby had mentioned earlier, where it's basically like a nitrous boost for your skiff.
But like I want to drive the boat.
I'm
just gonna want a boat myself.
Members utilize those emote skills. What it does is it completely refills the stamina bar that gets utilized with that, which means that you can just keep on like
boosting
the turbo boost as much as you want.
That's cool. More reasons to be with people though, because as they do emotes, you can go faster.
We can show what that looks like.
Okay, so yeah, stamina.
I need people to emote.
And when they emote, boom, instantly fills it back up. Okay.
These icons are not these icons are not final, because I know they look very similar right now compared to like on your bar versus my bar, but they all are different skills.
Yeah, they just haven't done the art for it yet.
So that's pretty much it. We can also. So what I'm going to do real quick is I'm actually going to dismount and be left to drown.
No.
And the reason for that is so that way if
you can just leave.
What we can showcase is that players actually have the ability to swap seats whenever there's one that's open. If there are no open seats, you won't be able to swap around. But when there is an open seat, you can kind of move around to like for people who want to sit in the front, want to sit in the back, etc.
You can just adjust where you want to sit. Makes sense.
Another thing that is really interesting about skiffs specifically is that you actually have the ability to anchor your skiff, which is something that's a bit newer with this expansion, because what that does is it actually generates party-specific collision within any part of the world. And what that means is that when
I wonder what
the
they
owner
could
anchors their skiff, players can actually run around on it like it's just a normal platform.
Yeah, it just becomes an object in the world.
What's also really cool about this is that it's a bit troll-proof in that sense, because like if there's anybody that's not in your party, they don't have the ability to like hop onto the boat. They don't have the ability to run their boats into yours, etc., etc.
There's only collision for your party
There's
when you
also,
enable
like,
it.
some
Okay.
other functional reasoning.
I can dig that.
for
That makes
why
sense.
we
That's
have
legit.
It based around your party, and that's has to do with the tie-in to fishing, more specifically. So we wanted to kind of blend these two, features together and as best as we could.
I wonder
And
what
the
else
way
that can
we
be
did that was
used
by
for,
having
though.
fishing parties.
See,
right?
the tech they're adding is what
once
interests me.
your,
The
skiff is
future
painted,
potential
you
of
have the
using,
ability
if they
to
ever
fish
go
off
back
of
and
the
use that tech.
sides. And whenever somebody successfully fishes from a node, they will get a buff called Fish Party, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, the fish
I
party.
am fishing right now to try to get that up and running, so
Yeah, I will.
if I can stop struggling with my fishing pole long enough, we can.
I'm
See,
sure one of us
time for another time for a new hotkey.
Yeah.
New hotkey.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, so
right.
as you can see
Fishing
in the bottom,
party.
right, it's called Fishing Party, and basically the way that Fishing Party works is that it increases the fishing power
I
that
see.
you have.
All right, I'm liking the little mini game,
per,
and then you
per
press.
stack of the buff, and it's like a 3 times multiplier. So for each one,
Cool.
I think it's like multiplying whatever your base value was by 3. And currently, the max stack size is like 99 stacks. So you and your party can just like go from node to node, get up a huge amount, and just be absolute fishing legends. Which is pretty fantastic. I think another thing to note actually from this
I wonder
is
how
that
it'll go.
if you look,
And in the beginning, it'll be fun getting a bunch of people like, who leveling up fishing, who wants to
and that's
join.
because like we wanted to make sure that it wasn't just specifically you had to fish from skiffs. So like,
okay, I
you
see.
just saw me cheat a little bit there, but
You
there are
teleport.
some nodes like shore fish nodes which you can fish from. Without needing to utilize your skiff, you can just.
Oh, can't
go to
look.
wherever
You're only.
there's
Oh
land,
my god! I
do
just
the
realized.
thing,
Look
and then toss
how huge that fish is. Holy fuck!
the
That's a big boy.
line into there. There are also offshore nodes, and those ones specifically are going to need you to utilize your skiff because of the fact that they're just like in the middle of the ocean,
Ruby
right, in the middle of
overshot
the
it.
water.
Oh, there you go.
What's also really interesting about those things is the fact that each one has different kinds of fish that you can catch from it. So the shore nodes have different, fish that you can acquire.
And then there's other
deeper than the offshore nodes. And what that allows for is just a bit more diversity in each area.
Sorry, I was like, hey, let's have a boat race. And I'm sorry, I've gone completely off script, but whatever.
So something else to note is that
I mean, I'd have fun just running around in the boat.
you can be a little trolly with your friends because, so Tracy just parked her boat, and because it's party-specific collision, if Ruby tries to drive into her boat, what happens is that
it exists.
It runs into it, right? So you do have the ability to be a little goofy with your friends, right? And if they're going like full turbo speed, you can, if you're in the same party, just quickly park yours in front of them and then like have them crash or like ramp up off of it.
That's pretty fun. Just messing around with your friends and stuff.
Experiences.
Just your friends that you're partied with.
Yeah, I think, but just your friends that you're partied with. I think that's pretty much it for all
Taking
the
on
extra
water.
details for now, though.
I
think I got through all of them.
Yeah. Did we talk about when you raise the anchor, everybody has to sit down because safety?
We did not. Yeah. So with this specifically, because of the fact that you have a party and you're trying to keep them all within a specific boat, we wanted to try to remove as many edge case situations and edge case bugs as possible. So because of that, once the boat gets unanchored, it checks to see how many players are within the area that are part of the party, and then it sits them down. It's just like, everybody, sit down. We're driving.
That makes sense. Yeah, that just makes sense. Everyone sit down. Everyone sit down.
I do want to call out one just little thing on mine, and you can see on my screen, Mark, if we can look at mine. There is
they're gonna mention it.
Cool little animation deal. Let me turn my boat around. Where if you turn,
you
my
can
character is
see
pulling the rudder and she's leaning, and it's just a fun little animation.
Yeah,
thing
but
that I appreciate you all.
Yeah, it's just the attention to little detail is something that Guild Wars 2 has always done very, very well.
That node out. I'm just checking to see if there's another one nearby.
What you could do is you could use the Masteries skill.
The Angler sense. Yeah, that's what I was doing.
Sense.
Don't look at my screen right now because doing things.
Hey,
all right, I found another fishing node, and I'm gonna go there.
What's really cool though is that with Angler Sense, I think John wanted us to also mention this as well.
All right, I'm down.
Kind of, I think
I dig it.
one of the first.
Something like mind blowing to me personally, but it's cool. It's fun. I'm not like boo poo on it. Like I'm down.
While you
I
have
dig
the
it.
fishing rod out, but you can also use it from the skiff itself. So
and you can just bail if you want.
There, whenever you have it unlocked.
Oh, look at that.
But
Is that like a mastery? No, it's not. It's a skill point.
You only need to unlock it from the fishing.
Just look at the art. Just look at this. I wonder. This is probably the Shang-Chi docks or maybe a lake in there.
And then you'll get that skill in both areas.
Dude, I'm so hyped. I love Cantha. I can't wait. I really am hyped.
All right, so that is the basics of skiffs and fishing. I am excited to see everybody's party boats and how they're tooling around, emoting, and
about
how
skins we
people
can sell
use
them.
Fishing and skiffs.
I mean, I'm down. I
Make
get that
your-
they have to
make your
do
skiff
it.
races. I want to see.
I would like to get a few in game. Would be nice.
I'm just watching to see what next.
Just a few.
Actually, if we want to show,
And then you can just do the others. Then you can just sell skins.
Whenever
And I wonder if they're gonna have
interesting
fishing
as well
pole
is
skins,
that,
maybe.
we
Or maybe
all
those
need
can,
our
or maybe you
skiff
sell the
skins.
skiff boats, but you can reward skins for the fishing pole. Like that would be something, just something to earn in game. I'd like that.
We have like the dance party boat over here in Tracy's.
I'm not moving. Okay.
So yeah, they're just pretty much done. They're just talking. Yeah. Oh, they're showing. Okay, here.
There's a little more to it.
You
So
can
why don't
if you
we
put them
look
all
at
down, you
yours
can build a
and
bunch of boats.
You can
Okay.
show them off on yours.
Yeah, for sure. So I'm actually but as seen, like you can park all the boats next to each other, run across them. Like you can
Yeah,
create.
you can make a little boat bridge. All right. Anything else?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you can like. So like
They're
as
just-
you
they're
see,
just
it
showing more of
uses
the stuff.
emotes, and it's just
Ooh,
emote.
Yeah, with
looks-
multiple party members, you can
she's still
chill
like
emote
leaning
just
though.
for an endless turbo boost.
It looks like she's leaning with like she's doing.
It's all
but she
great
can still
fun,
do her.
honestly.
All right, so that okay, still not as bad as what I did earlier. I just like tried to drive right up onto an island before.
Total anchor.
All right, so I think that covers fishing skiffs, how you get them, all of the mastery lines, all of the abilities,
All right.
where you can fish, fishing collections, all that good stuff. I hope that
Things I
answered
expected,
a lot of
but
your
also
questions.
stuff. Okay,
we
cool.
are excited to see what all you do with these new features in End of Dragons.
Interesting to see. Glad that we found that we can just fish anywhere and there's nodes and stuff. I don't know. It's pretty much what I would expect, which is good. It means they're hitting at least the bar of what was expected. I'm sure it'll be fun moving around. I like the minigame looks fun, and if as long as it harder fish are more challenging, I think that'd be a good idea. Just to make it a little harder when the fish is more powerful or rare or something. And then the skiffs look fun. Like it looks like it'll be fun moving around. Arena has like mastery of movement down. They make all the movement stuff fun. So
That's your rundown of fishing and skiffs in Guild Chat.
and then this was the tease. I wonder what this is. This is the tease for the next one. I wonder, it's a hammer. What do we think? Elemental? I would love it to be Ranger, but the colors just aren't right. Because I personally, Bunny Thumper from Guild Wars 1, a Ranger with a hammer. But it's probably not. It's probably Elementalist, maybe? I don't really know. It's a strange one. It's a strange one. All right, well, we'll see when the time comes when they actually reveal it. But hey, I don't know. Thank you so much for watching the video. I really do appreciate it. And man, I am hyped. I'll catch you guys later. Stay super, everyone.